press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.
Namaste children. In this class we'll see some slides regarding this chemical coordination and integration. After this we'll discuss some questions regarding this chapter. So we know that in chemical coordination and integration, the chemicals are nothing but hormones. So these hormones are produced by endocrine glands. So the endocrine system has a number of ductless glands which synthesize and release hormones. So in the glands we have exocrine glands and endocrine glands. The hormones are produced by endocrine glands, that means ductless glands. And we know the definition of hormones, they are chemical non-nutrient substances, that means they will not give any energy and they produce in very trace amount. So they are special chemical substances secreted in minute quantity by endocrine glands. And these are carried by the blood to the target organs on which they act, because endocrine glands are ductless glands. These hormones are carried to their respective target organ through the blood. So these are some endocrine glands. See, pituitary gland is the master of endocrine gland. Then thyroid gland, they are given thymus gland also. Pancreas, adrenal gland, ovaries and testes. And this is the pituitary gland present in the sella turcica. See, they are given hypothalamus and pituitary gland. The pituitary gland is attached to hypothalamus by a stalk called infundibulum. It is attached to a hypothalamus by a stalk called infundibulum. It is present in sella turcica, bony depression in the skull called sella turcica. And this is thyroid gland. It is a bilobed gland joined by isthmus. Thyroid, it is the largest endocrine gland. Then we have pancreas. So pancreas is a heterocrine gland which is having both exocrine part and endocrine part. Exocrine part produces enzymes, whereas endocrine part produces hormones. So when we take transverse section, we see acini cells, that is alpha cells, beta cells and delta cells, they are called islets of Langerhans. So these islets of Langerhans, in the islets of Langerhans we see three different types of cells: alpha cells, beta cells and delta cells. In this, alpha cells produces glucagon, beta cells produces insulin, whereas delta cells produces somatostatin. See, in the pancreas, the glucagon increases blood sugar level by stimulating glycogen breakdown in the liver. So it is a hyperglycemic hormone, whereas insulin stimulates glucose uptake from blood and tissue cells, and also it stimulates conversion of glucose into glycogen and it decreases blood sugar level. Hagagi insulin is hypoglycemic hormone. Adrenal glands, they are pair of glands, triangular cap-like structures located on the top of two kidneys. When we take transverse section, we see, when you take section of that gland, we see adrenal cortex. Outer part is called adrenal cortex and inner part is called adrenal medulla. So in the adrenal cortex, three layers are there: outer zona glomerulosa, middle zona fasciculata and inner zona reticularis. So zona glomerulosa produces aldosterone, zona fasciculata produces cortisol, zona reticularis produces estrogen and progesterone and also testosterone. Then medulla produces emergency hormones like catecholamine, that is adrenaline and noradrenaline. Zona reticularis produces estrogen and also testosterone, but testosterone is produced in more quantity when compared to estrogen. Then ovaries, There are pair of ovaries present in pelvis, one on each side of the uterus. In the ovary, Graafian cells, Graafian follicular cells produces estrogen, whereas corpus luteum produces progesterone. And testes, oval shaped pair of glands located in the scrotum. Why the testes are present in the scrotum? To maintain 2 to 2.5 degrees Celsius, temperature should be 2 to 2.5 degrees Celsius less than the body temperature. That stimulates, that helps in the spermatogenesis. So, when these testes produces hormone called testosterone, androgen hormone, that is testosterone, which is responsible for main secondary sexual characters. So, next we will discuss questions regarding with this chapter. See, which of the following characteristics is not mentioned in current scientific definition of hormone? So, in that they are given non-antigenic substances, non-nutrient chemical, produced in trace amount and act as intercellular messenger. So, here the hormones, we know that hormones are non-nutrient chemical substances, they will not provide any energy to us. They are non-nutrient chemical substances and they are produced in very small amount and acts as a intercellular messengers. They communicate between the cells, that is why they act as a intercellular messengers, but they will not act as antigenic substances. Antigenic substance means they helps in the production of antibodies in our body, but the hormones will not do that. Hagagi, which of the following characteristics is not mentioned in for the first question? First is the answer, non-antigenic substance. Hormones are not antigenic substances. A hormone which does not bind with membrane bound receptor is, see, membrane, we have membrane bound receptors and intracellular receptors. So, ಇಲ್ಲಿ thyrocalcitonin, insulin, oxytocin, progesterone they are given. Thyrocalcitonin, insulin, oxytocin, they are membrane bound receptors. They have membrane bound receptors, whereas progesterone, because it is a steroid hormone, progesterone hormone is a steroid hormone, they have intracellular receptors. So, hormone which does not bind with membrane bound receptor is progesterone. Fourth is the answer. Next, which of the following hormone induces ovulation? First option they are given follicle stimulating hormone, second luteinizing hormone, third oxytocin, fourth vasopressin. Follicle stimulating hormone stimulates primary follicles to become matured Graafian follicle. Whereas luteinizing hormone may induces ovulation. How it induces ovulation? By rupturing Graafian follicle, it induces ovulation. Understood? Oxytocin mainly helps in childbirth by vigorous strong contraction of uterus, myometrium of the uterus, and vasopressin is antidiuretic hormone which controls concentration of urine. Hagagi, which of the following hormone induces ovulation? Second is the option LH, luteinizing hormone. Hypophysis cerebri is the other name of, it is the other name of pituitary gland. Hypophysis cerebri is the other name of pituitary gland. So, fourth is the answer for fourth question. Pituitary gland does not control the secretory activity of thyroid, adrenal cortex, adrenal medulla, testes. See, we have thyroid is controlled by pituitary by thyroid stimulating hormone. Adrenal cortex is controlled by pituitary by adrenal corticotropic hormone. Adrenal medulla is controlled by autonomic nervous system, whereas testes is controlled by follicle stimulating hormone and luteinizing hormone. Adrenal medulla is not controlled by pituitary gland, it is controlled by autonomic nervous system. So, for the fifth, third is the answer. Hormone secreted by pituitary gland is chemically all steroid, all protein, complex compounds of proteins and carbohydrates, some steroids and some are proteins. So, hormone secreted by pituitary gland is chemically some steroids or some are proteins. Understood? Hagagi for the sixth, fourth is the answer. ICSH in male acts on, ನೋಡಿ ICSH interstitial cell stimulating hormone, it is in male acts on cells of Leydig or Leydig cells which are present between the seminiferous tubules. So, it acts on Leydig cells and helps in the production of testosterone. So, ICSH in the male acts on cells of Leydig. First is the option for seventh question. Hormones of hypothalamus are called regulatory hormones, growth hormones, tropic hormones, both 1 and 3. So, they are regulated, they are called hormones of hypothalamus are called regulatory hormones also and also tropic hormones. That is why fourth is the answer for 8th question. Urine concentration is controlled by, we know that oxytocin helps in childbirth and ejaculation of milk. ADH, antidiuretic hormone, that is the hormone which controls urine concentration. Hagagi for the ninth, second is the option. Antidiuretic hormone is also called vasopressin. Which of the following is secondary messenger? So, ATP, cyclic AMP, GDP, ATP and AMP they are given. We know that it is a cyclic AMP acts as a secondary messenger in membrane bound receptors hormones. The first discovered hormone is, they are given thyroxine, adrenaline, secretin, insulin, it is secretin. The first discovered hormone is secretin. If receptor molecule, that is removed from target organ for hormone action, the target organ will continue to respond but require higher concentration of hormone, continue to respond but in opposite way, continue to respond without any differences, not respond to hormone. So, when the receptors are not there on the target organ, so the target organ will not respond to hormone. That is why for the 12th question, fourth is the answer. They not respond to hormone when receptors are absent or removed. Oxytocin mainly helps in milk production, childbirth, diuresis and gametogenesis. See, milk production, prolactin is the hormone which mainly helps in production of milk. Oxytocin helps in ejection of milk. Hagagi first is not answer for this. And childbirth, yes, oxytocin induces strong or vigorous contraction of myometrium of the uterus. That continuous contraction of the myometrium of the uterus results in childbirth, results in parturition. Hagagi oxytocin mainly helps in childbirth. Second is the answer for 13th question. Herring bodies are found in neurohypophysis. So, in hypothalamus we see neurohypophysis, adenohypophysis, both 1 and 2, none of these they have given. Herring bodies are found in neurohypophysis, that is in posterior pituitary gland. FSH is a follicle stimulating hormone is glycoprotein, metallotropin, glycolipid, phospholipid. It's a follicle stimulating hormone is a glycoprotein. 15 first is the answer. An adenohypophysis hormone which is regulated by feedback mechanism is feedback mechanism ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎರಡು ತರ ಇದೆ positive feedback mechanism and negative feedback mechanism. Positive feedback mechanism means the stimulus should increase the secretion of hormone. So that is positive feedback mechanism. When the stimulus decreases the secretion of hormone, that is negative feedback mechanism. And hormone function also. ಇವಾಗ ಇನ್ಸುಲಿನ್ ಹಾರ್ಮೋನ್ when insulin hormone increases blood sugar level ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. So the function is reverse. When hormone increases glucose level is going to be decreases. So that is negative feedback mechanism. ಹಾಗೆ child birth ಅಲ್ಲಿ stimulus strong uterine contraction again increases the release of oxytocin. That is positive feedback mechanism. Sucking of nipple by the baby increases the production of prolactin. That is example for positive feedback mechanism. Whereas this insulin is example for negative feedback mechanism. In this they have asked an adenohypophysis hormone which is regulated by feedback mechanism is. So they are not mentioned negative or positive, but they have asked adenohypophysis and the anterior pituitary hormone. See, oxytocin also regulated by feedback mechanism, but it is produced by posterior pituitary gland. Hagagi oxytocin agala. Thyroid stimulating hormone, vasopressin again it is posterior pituitary gland. That is not the answer. Cortisol. So illi second matte fourth optionally. Second is the answer thyroid stimulating hormone, because thyroid stimulating hormone ali we see a thyrocalcitonin. Thyrocalcitonin is going to be produced when we see blood calcium level will be more high in the blood. When calcium level is high in the blood, thyrocalcitonin is going to be released. Thereby it increases the absorption of calcium by the bone. So an adenohypophysis hormone which is regulated by feedback mechanism is thyroid stimulating hormone. Ide question na and neurohypophysis hormone which is regulated by feedback mechanism is anta keldaga you should go with oxytocin. But in this they asked adenohypophysis, hagagi answer is second, thyroid stimulating hormone. Which gland is concerned with salt equilibrium in body? Anterior pituitary, pancreas, adrenal, thyroid. So we know that adrenal gland releases aldosterone that mainly helps in sodium absorption. Okay, the gland which concerned with salt equilibrium is adrenal gland. For 17, third is the answer. Goiter is a pathological condition associated with glucagon, thyroxine, progesterone, testosterone. So goiter is a pathological condition associated with thyroxine. When thyroxine level is less, that results in a swelling of the thyroid gland in front of the neck, that is called goiter. So goiter is a pathological condition associated with thyroxine. 18, second is the answer. Effects of thyroxine on metabolic rate. So effects of thyroxine on metabolic rate is decreases, no effect, increases, uncertain. Effects of thyroxine on metabolic rate always it increases metabolic rate. Parathormone deficiency leads to decreases of calcium levels in blood, increase of calcium level in blood, osteoporosis, hypercalcemia. So we know that parathormone is produced by parathyroid gland which increases calcium level in blood by demineralization or resorption of bone. So Thyrocalcitonin decreases calcium level in blood, whereas parathormone increases calcium level in blood. When parathormone deficiency is there, so parathormone illa andre enagatte, that leads to decrease of calcium level in blood. Because parathormone releases calcium by the bone by demineralization or dissolution of bone. Avaga enagate calcium level ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. If the parathormone is not there, that results in decreased calcium level in blood. Life saving hormones are secreted by pituitary, pineal, adrenal and thyroid. They are given 4 options in this. Life saving hormones are secreted by adrenal glands. In that, adrenal medulla produces adrenaline and noradrenaline during emergency conditions, that is fight, fear and flight. So that is why they are called life saving hormone. So for 21st, third is the answer. Life saving hormones are secreted by adrenal gland or adrenals. Aldosterone is secreted by zona glomerulosa, zona fasciculata, zona reticularis, zona pellucida. So adrenal gland again is divided into adrenal cortex and adrenal medulla. In the adrenal medulla, the outer layer is zona glomerulosa and middle is zona fasciculata, inner is zona reticularis. So in this, aldosterone is secreted by zona glomerulosa. 22nd, first is the answer. If thymectomy is done during adulthood, then what possibility is there? Immunosuppression, die immediately, no adverse reaction, myasthenia gravis. So we know that in thymus gland, T lymphocytes are going to be matured. Thymus gland produces a hormone called thymosin that helps in maturation of T lymphocytes. In this question they have given if thymectomy is done during adulthood, and also we know that thymus is going to decrease in its size when we attain adult, as from birth till the adolescence it increases in its size, after that it is going to decrease in its size. So ಹಾಗಾಗಿ adultally there is no importance of thymus because already its size ಏನಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ decrease ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. Understood? So if thymectomy is done during adulthood, then what possibility is there? Immunosuppressant, no. Die immediately, no. No adverse reaction, no adverse reaction. Other thymectomy is done in before the adult, when we reach before the adult, that results in that decreases immunity of our body. But adulthood alli ನಾವು thymectomy ಮಾಡೋದ್ರಿಂದ there is no adverse reaction. Understood? For 23, 3 is the answer. Which hormone has anti-insulin effect? So before going to this, what is the function of insulin? Insulin is called as hypoglycemic hormone because it converts excess of glucose into glycogen and it allows the absorption of glucose by the cells and tissues. Thereby it reduces the blood glucose level. So anti-insulin antandre opposite to this insulin. Which hormone is going to do function? Cortisol, oxytocin, aldosterone, glucagon. So it is the glucagon which acts as, which produces anti-insulin effect. So this glucagon converts glycogen into glucose and increases blood sugar level. Hagagi the hormone which is having anti-insulin effect is glucagon. For 24th, 4th is the answer. Location and secretion of Leydig cells are, so they are given pancreas, glucagon, ovary, estrogen, ovary, progesterone, testes and testosterone. Yes, these Leydig cells are present between the seminiferous tubules in the testes. So they are present in testes and they produce a hormone called testosterone. Hagagi for the 25th, 4th is the answer. Which one of the following endocrine gland functions as a biological clock or neurosecretory transducer? So biology clock, 24-hour diurnal activity is mainly by the pineal gland, is run by the pineal gland. So, they are given adrenal gland, thyroid gland, pineal gland and thymus gland. So, for 26 it is pineal gland. Thyrocalcitonin is secreted during increased blood calcium level, decreased blood calcium level, both 1 and 2, increased blood sugar level. So, when the calcium level is more in the blood, then thyrocalcitonin is going to be secreted, because thyrocalcitonin decreases calcium level in the blood. By that it helps in bone formation also. Bones are going to absorb calcium in the presence of thyrocalcitonin. So, thyrocalcitonin is secreted during increased blood calcium level. The excessive secretion of mineralocorticoids independent of renin-angiotensin aldosterone system results in independent and not in the kidney regulation of kidney functional. Nimage gottide, this aldosterone is going to be secreted when there is glomerular filtrate rate is going to be reduced. So, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ, independent, not related to renin angiotensin ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. When the mineralocorticoid is secreted independent, that means not related to renin angiotensin, what it is going to result? It results in a disease called Cushing's disease. It results in a disease called Cushing's disease. For 28, first is the answer. Which of the following is not paired correctly? So, they are given mixed edema. Edema means swollen facial tissues because of the accumulation of fluid. Insulin rises blood glucose level, that is correct. Parathyroid tetany. Then cretinism, mentally retarded. What they have asked, which of the following is not paired correctly ant kelidare. We know that mixed edema, swollen facial tissues, correct. Insulin rises blood glucose level. No, insulin decreases blood glucose level. Hagagi, second is the answer for 29th. It is not paired correctly. Insulin always decreases blood glucose level by stimulating the conversion of glucose into glycogen. For 29, second is the answer. Melanin protect from UV rays, visible rays, infrared rays, X-rays. Melanin usually protects us from UV rays, ultraviolet rays. For 30th, one is the answer. Which is the largest endocrine gland? We know that it is a thyroid gland. They are given liver, pituitary, thymus. So, which is the largest endocrine gland? It is the thyroid gland. For 31st, first is the answer. Blood pressure is controlled by adrenal gland, thyroid gland, pituitary gland, none of the above. So, adrenal gland is the gland which controls blood pressure, that is aldosterone mainly helps in constriction of blood vessels also. Hagagi, blood pressure is controlled by adrenal gland. First is the answer for 32. 33, increased glucose level in human is called increase. It is called hypoglycemia, hyperglycemia, hyposuria and hypersuria. So, hypoglycemia means less glucose level in the blood. Hyper means increased glucose level in the blood. So, they have asked increased glucose level in human is called hyperglycemia. Second is the answer for 33. So, this hyperglycemia results in a condition called diabetes mellitus. Estrogen is secreted by corpus albicans, corpus callosum, corpus luteum and cells of Graafian follicle. In the ovary, when the primary follicles are converted into Graafian follicle under the influence of follicle stimulating hormone, these cells, the cells of Graafian follicle releases a hormone called estrogen, understood, which is responsible for female secondary sexual character. So estrogen is secreted by cells of Graafian follicle. For 34, fourth is the answer. And corpus luteum, you know that corpus luteum produces a hormone called progesterone. Secretin stimulates. So here that is secretin hormone adu. Secretin stimulates the activity of pancreas. Secretin stimulates the activity of pancreas. So the hormone called secretin mainly stimulates the activity of pancreas. For 35th, third is the answer. So this completes the discussion about this chapter, and again you should read your textbook line wise, and each gland, the secretion of the hormones and their function you have to read repeatedly for your competitive exams. Thank you.